All right, today I'm doing a video on the Kicker S12D. It's the solo-baric, last of the round solo-barics. Believe it was out in 98, 99 model years. 2000 introduced the L5, L7 square solo-barics. And I'm doing this video because if you guys haven't watched, Hi-Fi Vega is doing an awesome series on a whole bunch of different 12s using the same enclosure, which is a ported enclosure. The solo-baric is meant for an extremely small, and you'll see it's in a Kicker factory spec box, factory made. It required a very small sealed enclosure, so I'm guessing that's maybe why he didn't include the Kickers. That's generally what they're looking for, is a small sealed enclosure. And so not only would it not perform well in that enclosure, you can actually damage a solo-baric because it requires that acoustic suspension, or the air inside as part of its suspension. So the larger the box, the lower its mechanical power handling, which maybe I'll get into a video on that, and mechanical power handling, and the thermal power handling, which is what the voice coil can handle as far as wattage put through it before you'll cook the voice coil. But mechanically, these will fail at a much lower wattage in a larger enclosure, and especially a ported enclosure. I did drive down to Detroit one time to get a pair of S12Cs. The guy had them in a ported box, and I mean, the spider was all warped. They were in horrible condition, and probably because of the being in a ported enclosure, which is not what they're recommended for. They need that acoustic suspension. So anyway, without further ado, I'm gonna do a little video here showing its throw, and I've got it hooked up to the 2350 stereo 4 ohm, so it should be somewhere around 350 watts, give or take, but pretty close to around there, which is, I believe, about, I don't know, a little over half of its power handling capability. But so it could take a little more, but it seems to be hitting pretty darn good right now. So anyway, I'll go ahead and show you that.
Boulevard, represent, Trop Conquest, represent.
Probably hard to tell in the video, but that thing is slamming right now.
Here we go. You know that I'm a rebel. Like God beat the devil. Don't test me. We in like that.
So anyway, so yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to tell from a phone, but yeah, that thing's hitting hard for a 12. I would say a pair of these, I mean, they wouldn't be as loud as the JL18s, which I do have disconnected, by the way, just so you know. That's all the 12. Probably didn't sound great, but it in person it sounds fantastic, and it's a good sounding sub. So yeah, so like I said, I'm gonna do a video. I'm gonna take it out of the box, walk around it, show you the features. This one's a little interesting. I believe it kind of has some similarities with a well, I don't want to say it has one design characteristic that I think is kind of possibly where JL got the W7 idea of having that kind of like their dust cap is the entire cone. This is kind of like that. There's an actual cone, and then that what you're seeing, the front of that speaker, you notice there's no round circle like dust cap. It's the entire thing. There's actually an assembly behind that, and they're epoxied together. So I'll take it out and show that. But yeah, it's an impressive sub. The 15s of these, I've heard pairs of those, and they're amazing. They get stupid low, stupid loud, in insanely small enclosures. It's a well done job by Kicker. But anyway, just to throw my little take of the you know, in the 12-inch challenge for that Hi-Fi Vega's doing. I figured I'd add a little something of my own because I know he's not doing this sub, so and I don't want to step on his toes. I'm really excited about his that 12-inch thing, and if you guys are into this old car audio, I would, if you haven't gone there, I'm sure most of you do, or you know, are aware of them. Definitely check that out. That's all for this one.